Welcome to the Presidential Pro-Life Teletown Hall, presented by Personhood USA. And now your host, Steve Deace.
Back with more of this special edition here of the Steve Deace radio program. I want to thank Personhood USA for sponsoring this event. Support them with prayer and financial support. Join the movement at personhoodusa.com. Also want to welcome new listeners tonight on the BOT Radio Network, over 80 stations across the country, reaching the heart of America. We're joined by Keith Mason of Personhood USA. Keith, just take a second here for folks who are just tuning in to this special event. What are we hoping to accomplish here tonight with the candidates?
Well, I think it's important to have the candidates have their positions on life known, and I know that tens of thousands of attendees are attending via town hall forum across the country and listening, even more than that, listening to us right now. But I think, listening to their positions and agreeing with them is sort of useless unless the people of Iowa actually show up and vote, and all of us show up and vote. So I think, going to Champion the Vote Iowa is a place where people can actually find out where their polling places is and get other Christians to show up to vote as well. But I'm really encouraged in how it's going, and this pledge that we have released to the candidates is an important piece to show, I think, where the candidates stand, and this is a great opportunity for them to articulate their convictions on life.
Well, one of the signers of your presidential pledge joins us now. Former Senator Rick Santorum is here with us on the call. Rick, thank you for joining us this evening. We appreciate your time.
It's great to be with you, Steve. I appreciate your work and promoting the sanctity of human life on your radio program, and it's great that you're here in Iowa holding folks' feet to the fire on this very important issue.
Well, let's begin by giving you a couple of minutes just to make a statement to the many thousands that are listening right now about your moral conviction on the sanctity of life, why you signed this pledge.
Well, as I've said before, I believe that this is one of the central issues, if not the central issue. It's one that's put in our founding document, that the right to life, and it's in our Constitution. And can agree that this is the state of the law and the understanding under the Constitution.
Keith Mason, you have a question for Senator Santorum?
Yeah, I do, and I appreciate your signing of the pledge, Senator, and just appreciate your support here. Let me pick one here. Jason Jones, founder of IamWholeLife.com. His question is, in light of recent persecution of Assyrian Christians by Muslim Kurds, does the United States have a responsibility to provide for the safety of religious and ethnic minorities in Iraq from genocide?
Absolutely. This is one of the areas that frankly, both President Bush and President Obama have fallen short on, and President Obama even more so. President Obama has gone so far as to say that, and Hillary Clinton to say that they are not advocates of freedom of religion; they're advocates of freedom of worship. Now, that is a foundationally different concept and a much more limited concept. It sounds the same, but it's not the same. Freedom of religion means not just to be able to go publicly worship, but to live out your faith in your life. And that is different than just being able to go to a church and worship in an aggregate setting. So the president has actually taken freedom of religion and narrowed it under his administration to be just one aspect of religious beliefs. And he hasn't even done that with respect to the Assyrians and the Chaldean community up in Iraq. And we have not stood up, and we have seen just horrendous persecution in Iraq, worse than you would expect in almost any country that we have bad relationships with. And our country has done nothing to call the Iraqis on it, have done nothing to push them to provide protection to religious minorities in that country. And as a result, because we have not done anything, they have allowed it to go on, and it's getting worse now, and I'm sure it will get worse after we leave.